dwnproductions.net. Masks, bus, props, custom work. If you want something sculpted, molded, or painted, or something like that, hit up old DWN Productions.
And when you're done with that, head on over to fastcustomshirts.com. I got all kinds of shirts on the website to choose from, and you can even hit me up for custom work if you'd like.
Hey, everybody, and welcome to what is sure to be a jovial episode of the podcast. We finally decided on an intro, and it's going to be the podcast. Mr. Romero, how was your week?
Well, Tom, I didn't do much. I went to work, and then I would come home and lay down and go to sleep. In between, I would watch some movies, maybe fall asleep during those movies, wake up, finish those movies, and this and that. But I am finally feeling better, and not good enough to drink. I haven't drank since last Sunday. It's been a full week. So for people that say I'm an alcoholic, hey, you go a full week, huh? I don't think many people can do that in this world. Nope, but I did it.
Well, I mean, maybe you weren't sick and you were just getting the shakes from not drinking. Did you ever think of that like it was withdrawals? Oh, I got these sweats.
Something to consider, I suppose.
Yeah. Oh, shit. Yeah, this week's been kind of wacky. While, the last few days I've been trying to master a Dom DeLuise impression, but we'll get to that. But, yeah, the last few days I've been like waking up at dawn so I can get out and mow and weed whack like different parts of the lawn. Because by fucking 8:30, everything's hot as shit and you can't get anything done. So I've been doing that and then fucking staying up for a couple more hours working on something and then going back to sleep, waking up around 2 and going back to bed around 4, waking up around 6. But that's okay because I got everything done. And tomorrow, Joe, I'm going to sleep in.
So you say. But yeah, here's the quandary that I have. Like today and tomorrow are supposed to be the hottest days of the summer. 106 today. It's supposed to be 106 tomorrow. I'm thinking of not going in, but I got shit coming in. I've got stuff I need to do. But can I put it off a day? I think I can. That's what I'm leaning towards. Because what am I gonna get done if it's that fucking hot? I'm just gonna be miserable, fucking shit up more than I did last week. That's the thing. I was working, but I was working slow. And like every shirt that I pulled and I looked at, I was like, fuck, is that crooked? That looks crooked. So I threw them in a pile, but I kept that pile so when I'm feeling better, I can look at them again and say, no, that's definitely crooked, or no, shit, that's fine, instead of just getting pissed off and, fucking ripping them up, Hulk Hogan.
Oh, yeah, that's what you do. You just tear t-shirts apart like tissues.
No, I don't. I give them to the homeless that come by and shit,
Hey, you don't care how you look. Take this shirt. It's crooked.
Oh, they're always appreciative of it, They fucking love it, dude.
Big Jason fans?
I don't fuck up Jason shirts. Michael Myers, yeah. Freddy Krueger, yeah. Norman Bates, that dancing clown, yep.
Let me ask you this, Joe. Can you name 3 out of the fucking 1,800 killer clowns from outer space?
I couldn't name a one.
Damn.
Sneezy. Big Top.
No, I think that's the name of the burger place or the ice cream thing, maybe.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know.
I had to do something Killer Clowns related, and I was just like, oh, let's see if I can just remember these names and if it's the ones I was thinking of. And it was. I even remembered one that I didn't give a fuck about. And there's quite a few of them. There's a few I don't know, but I was just like, damn, I'm a dork ass bitch.
I agree. And to be honest with you, Tom, I quit giving a fuck about that movie once I found out those guys aren't Hispanic. You know, it's Kyoto, not Chiodo. You know, fuck them.
How dare you, Joe? That is very intolerant.
How dare they? You know, goddamn imposters. You know that this whole passing thing. No, not gonna work anymore.
Well, all I can say to that, Joe, is Mamma Mia. If I was quicker on the thing, I would have put the watt border up. But I wasn't because I had a beer in my right hand. But that's all right. Yeah, I don't know, man. I tried to get shit done this week and I was just moving slow. I felt a little shitty, but nothing like Lori or you.
Yeah.
But
Well,
yeah.
but still, you know, when your fucking head's not there, you can't focus on shit. Yeah, I didn't. There was a couple of designs I put together for other people, and that's okay. That's easy shit. But if I want to do stuff for myself, you know, it's a little different. I couldn't really focus on anything like that.
Yeah, I don't know. I spent a lot of time in the mask hole this week. Hot as shit. I got my first drum of latex in. That's a good 10 buckets of latex. Shout out to Phobia for getting it delivered. If you're in the Houston area and want to go to a haunted house this season, head on up to Phobia. 2 locations, like fucking, think there's like 9 or 10 haunted houses in between those 2 locations. It's fucking crazy. Head to Phobia. Anyways, got this latex and it is piss thin. This is like the thinnest latex I've ever fucked with. Like this shit's been having to dwell an hour, pour it out, pour it back in, and fucking
What does that mean? Well, an hour. I mean,
like filling the mold up and then walking away.
okay. Yeah, because you're talking to people that don't know the fucking lingo, Tom. You
I
know,
understand.
the jargon. You know, we're not mask folk like you. So
It's probably a good thing. But yeah, usually you do that once, dump it, and then pour it again and then dump it right away. Dude, I've been having to come back and like fucking pour it and dump it like 5 more fucking times. And they've just come out, oh yeah, this one's okay. And usually like the caps being off of the bucket that long, usually it would start like thickening up and shit, but like piss thin. Piss thin. So I'm gonna head to old Michael's tomorrow and get some paint. It's usually like when I make black latex or colored latex, that usually thickens the shit up a little bit. However, some of the paint jobs, it looks best when you have like the natural raw latex because you can use that as part as the colors. It helps with the transparencies on shit and all that. But yeah, it's a fucking mess. So next time we got to say, hey, can you please make this thicker? We, like they know what we're using it for because we're going straight to the people who make it so they can make it to whatever specifications. Why it came out like thin, piss thin, I don't know, but it's not awesome to deal with and takes a lot more fucking time.
Hmm.
And a lot more of that time is in the heat, not in the shop with the nice air conditioning. Mm. At least it's like 100 degrees and ammonia fumes are a good time.
yeah,
That's what I'm thankful for. That and Thanksgiving.
coming up. Be here before you know it, Tom.
Yeah, dude, it's already almost September. Never forget.
Yep.
Well, I'll be dead soon.
Well, you can hope, I guess.
Let me ask you this, Joe.
Yeah.
You like serpents?
Serpents. Yeah, they're all right.
I'm not a fan. If you ask me, fuck them all. You see one, step on it. Fucking kick it in the dick, get it out of here. Don't really do that because they're, living animals and that sucks and shit. But I'm not a fan of snakes, Joe. How about you?
Well, you know who really isn't a fan of snakes, Tom?
Probably some wacky Asians, I'm guessing.
The Chinese. The Chinese do not care for snakes. In fact, if they see snakes around, they would call that a calamity. A calamity of snakes. Look at this guy. Look, he's being choked by a snake. Look, there's some bimbo down there doing something. I don't know. But there's snakes all around, you know. This is one that I've had in my piles of unwatched DVDs for a while. And I've heard about it. I heard it's, something else. And Tom, it's something else. It's about this guy that's one of these land developers, in China. He's making some condos. Of course, when you think of condos here, you think of like maybe a duplex along the beach or whatever. And they got beaches in China. There used to be a show called China Beach, but I think that took place in Vietnam. But anyway, I guess they're just high-rise buildings with fancy apartments, but they call them condos, because they're trying to be American and hip and shit, Everybody wants to be like living in the USA, but they're digging with the excavator. Yeah, the big old fucking forklift type thing. And they say, "Oh, look, we came across a den of snakes." And really what they did is just dug a pit and threw as many fucking snakes in there as they could. Like, well, what are we gonna do? We can't keep building. We got to call the whatever people to get rid of them or whatever. And the guy said, "No, fuck that." He gets in that excavator and with the fucking scoop just starts smashing them. Bam, bam, bam. And the thing with this movie, it's like they don't have the ASPCA or whatever. They're killing the fuck out of these snakes, and it's just this thing's hitting down and then it's starting to look red, and the snakes are all starting to look red. They're just killing the fuck out of these snakes, and the guys jump down there and start hitting them with fucking whatever tools they have.
Can I ask you this?
Yeah.
Were they smiling when they were doing it?
The Chinese guys? I don't know. So I was trying to read the
Oh, so that's what smash looks like in Korean or whatever, because Chinese.
Hit it, kill it, damn you snakes. So it's a good day, they go home, and they're bringing some snake with them, they got some snake meat, that they can have. They're happy about that.
All right, Joe. If you had a fucking, let's say, 2 5-gallon buckets full of dead snakes, are you going to eat it? Is that going to be your first thing? Because I went to, what, you said they're going to eat it? Why wouldn't they make boots out of it?
They don't really wear boots in China, because they're trying
But I mean, they make this shit and send it up to the USA so they can make some white money.
Maybe, but they're making a movie here, Tom. Okay, so anyway, we go into the streets of Hong Kong and we see like, hey, they've got little vendor booths on the streets, One guy, what he's doing, he's selling snake blood. So he kills a snake there in front of everybody, skins it, pulls out its little fucking heart, It's like, here, you got to eat the heart, it'll, give you, hard dick powers or whatever. And starts, like fucking squeezing the snake out and then serving like little shots of blood to people, like they give him the yen or whatever, and then they take a shot of blood. And this was real shit too. This is just like, what the fuck, man? Anyway, back to the workers. they're there enjoying some snake, playing some dice game in a bowl, and the snakes, hey man, fuck y'all, we're coming back for revenge. And there's all kinds of snakes suddenly in this fucking little bunkhouse that they're in. And the guys are sitting there, and I guess somebody off camera just throws a shitload of snakes at them, like a whole fucking armful of snakes, and it's and they start killing these snakes too. But they kill a bunch of the people. Unfortunately, they're not killing them for real. Like, the snakes are fucking dying for real. All right, a couple of months later, the fucking high rise is ready to go. We got people moving in.
People.
Yeah. You're introduced to these wacky characters. There's a fat lady there that's always got like a whole fucking thing of donuts or pastries or whatever they eat out there. Little snake rolls or something. I don't know. You got this other guy. He's just real lecherous. You got this old lady in a wheelchair. And yeah, I mean, they established that. And then there's another snake attack. And they have to call a snake fucking master, to come and fight. Because there's a big boa constrictor. And this one's fake. This is a big rubber snake that they just like, I don't know. It looks stupid, but it's also like its tail is like used as a whip. And they're just like swinging it off camera and just fucking hitting them. And the guy's flying around like he gets hit, and he gets flying like he's in an Avengers movie, except instead of to a wall, an animated wall, he goes into like a wall of boxes. The old stunt trick of going into boxes.
Because it's cheaper.
Yeah. And he eventually fucking defeats this snake, and they think, okay, well, all our problems are over. That king snake is dead. And they're having a big party at the condos, Tom, at the condos. But hey, those snakes aren't done. Those snakes invade, and it's just more fucking snake craziness, man. It's just like there's so many goddamn snakes. Where did they get all these goddamn snakes? I don't know. But there's a guy, the land developer. Like, he goes upstairs, and his wife is just like, she's got snake bites all over her.
Real ones, because they're all fucking idiots.
Yeah. He grabs a samurai sword, because Chinese, what doesn't have a Japanese samurai sword there in the house. And they're throwing snakes at him, Tom, and he's slicing them in the air. Like fucking slicing them in half,
That's the part that I heard about that made me say, yeah, I'll never watch this.
Holy shit, he killed so many fucking snakes. That snake charmer guy, he bit a fucking snake in half. There's people that pull snakes in half. It's fucking way, way too much, man. God damn. I don't know, man. This is the weirdest shit. It's like who thought this was a good idea? The Chinese? I don't know. Did this movie make any money over there? Probably, like a whole lot. I have no idea, man. But it is, if you're like one of the people that like watch that Faces of Death bullshit, and your favorite scene is when they're clubbing the fucking seals, go see a psychiatrist. And this movie is probably for you. And there's nobody that I could recommend this to, but it will be in the for sale box. Because it is not.
Well, I mean, there's someone you could recommend it to, up and coming serial murderers, but beyond, and the Chinese, of course. But yeah, you asked me to fucking, when I was over by you last, there was a, hey, what do you want to watch? Calamity Estate? Nope. Definitely don't. I think when you picked that up at fucking Frightmare, I shook my head at you.
Yeah, I heard of it, and I thought it was, people like going through bad shit, but no, they're just fucking killing snakes throughout this movie. I don't know. So the DVD, it has a cruelty-free version of the movie.
Fucking 3 minutes long.
Yeah, I'm saying, it's like Lisa said, "What the fuck are you watching?" She goes, "You with your snake snuff films here." It's like, I don't know, Lisa. I just have to finish it. I just have to see how far they're gonna fucking go. Uh,
So what was the wildest shit in the movie? If like you had to say one thing out of everything that you were just like, fuck me.
I guess the guy pulling the snake and just pulling it in half, you know, fucking crazy. It's, what the fuck's going on here?
What was the context?
That's when the snake guy was going to fight the big fucking anaconda snake or the big python or whatever. Like all these little snakes were attacking him first, and then he had to, you know, you can't just go to the main boss right away, Tom. You got to fight all these fucking other little minions and shit.
Oh, fuck.
And they threw snakes everywhere, man. Snakes are like coiling around this and that. There's snakes trying to climb up the fucking wall. I think they knew, like, oh fuck, you know, they were like in the gas chamber. You know, they were just trying to get the fuck out of there. And sure enough, here come a bunch of fucking Japanese dudes in fire suits with flamethrowers and just burning the fuck out of all these snakes.
You would have to think at a certain point they've done so many takes, they just have to pick up these pile of dead and concussed snakes, be like, all right, take 4, and they're just throwing these dead
Yeah,
snakes on screen.
yeah.
Jeez.
My big question is, where did they all come from? Like, who wrangled that many snakes?
It's like you hear on when, oh, we shot Halloween in the summer in California. So we had these 2 garbage bags full of leaves that we just kept reusing, and we had to collect every shot. That's what they were doing with fucking dead and concussed snakes.
Those same leaves in the Stepfather film for probably didn't know that.
Oh shit, they fucking sold them to a prop house afterwards. Fucking assholes. Yeah, there was no fucking way I'll ever watch this goddamn movie ever. Fuck no, son.
Do not recommend.
All right. Here we go, Joe. You ever see this one? The John Carpenter classic, Big
Oh,
Trouble in Little China?
and it's all about China this week, huh?
Yeah, I guess so, dude.
Yeah, I have seen that one time.
It's some would consider it a classic. I mean, I still have the DVD. It's come out on Blu-ray and 4K, and I guess I've always just thought it was okay if I've never updated to that. So if you haven't seen it, white guy goes to Chinatown and magical China stuff happens that white eyes shouldn't see. Fucking what's his name? James Hong, he plays Not Shang Tsung, and he's like 2,000 years old. He needs a broad with green eyes to do something to where he can live again. And it's pretty much what I was gonna say, Jack Russell, that fucking idiot. Kurt Russell and his Chinese buddy, not Liu Kang, like going through fucking like Chinatown trying to get this lady back. And there's a couple creatures here and there, but I remember a lot more creatures than what was actually in this movie. Um, and it was a little slower than I remember. Everything was like a little lamer than I remember. This is like this is a nice mainstream movie, I guess, like a nice general audience movie. Uh I don't know. I do know this the whole time watching it. I was just like, man, when's that scene in the meat market gonna happen? When all like the cuts of meat start coming to life and shit. Oh, that's in Dead Heat. It's not in this movie. All right. But I don't know. I think because the last year I've been watching a lot of Chinese and Asian kung fu and black magic movies. this just kind of comes off as, white guy making his little Chinese kung fu movie, which there's nothing wrong with that. It just kind of shows once you see the real deal, if that makes sense. Uh, Kurt Russell, he's a good actor. He has range and shit. He was fine in this. Everyone was fine. I didn't hate it. It was okay. It's like, yeah, that was all right. And I thought there was more to it, but it was okay. It's a good general audience movie. If I didn't know John Carpenter directed it, I would say, "What, really? That's weird." Okay. But yeah, it's okay. It's a fine film.
Yeah, I like it. I like Jack Russell's character in it. But yeah, I don't go crazy of it. I think I have the same copy that you do. It's got that paper, like the fold out plastic thing. Yeah. I never saw a reason to upgrade. I don't need behind the scenes shit on. I don't need behind the scenes shits on anything. But yeah, it's good. You know, worth a watch every once in a while. I guess if you got a young kid or something, you can throw that on. They might dig it a whole lot. Um, I like the video for Big Trouble in Little China with John Carpenter and his band. It's pretty.
It's sweet. What is it, the Coupe de Villes? Was
Mhm.
that it? Big Trouble in Little China.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you don't know what the fuck that is, who was it? John Carpenter, Nick Castle, and Tommy Lee Wallace, I want to say. Damn, we should have got Coupe de Ville records and had them signed at the Houston Horror Film Fest.
Didn't even think about it.
Mhm.
Never even tried to look for that shit. But,
Well, they have a band, and I would have to assume that their biggest song was the theme from Big Trouble in Little China.
I would guess so.
Yeah, my big takeaway, besides getting this confused with another movie this go around, I was like, huh, everything looks like a set, like
Yeah.
those Shaw Brothers movies. So I guess they were going for that, or it was just cheap. I don't know, but it all looked like a set.
Well, and people always said, yeah, they should have just made a sequel to that right away. Well, first of all, I don't think it made a lot of money, to warrant a sequel. And I mean, I don't think it was good enough for a sequel, but there was a lot of shit that wasn't good enough for a sequel. So who the fuck am I to say? And we'll get to that later.
Yeah, I don't it was okay. It was fine. I guess the same as I remember. I just got a little confused with something else because I'm old and gay, I guess. But yeah, I'm gonna watch Dead Heat next week though and see how that holds up because now I kind of gotta.
It doesn't really, but you be the judge of that.
Rest in peace, Treat.
Yeah, I've got that one in one of those 6-packs that they would sell.
Huh, I got that one in 4K.
Mm.
I thought that was, above Big Trouble in Little China, so I upgraded to 4K.
Probably paid more for that than I did with the 6th thing of movies. But
I would think a lot more.
yeah. Well, Tom, fuck China. Let's talk about Japan. Mortal enemies of China. I watched another installment. Where the fuck did I put that thing? Of Lone Wolf and Cub, Tom, from this Criterion collection, which you know all about that. Criterion Tom, they call you. And this time, it's Lone Wolf and Cub, Baby Cart to Hades.
So before you get into this, Joe, I was looking up images last week for the fucking movie.
Hmm?
Are these comedies? Like, are these supposed to be comedies, or do they have elements of comedy? Is the little baby the comic relief?
That was the only comedic element of that. Old Lone Wolf. he's dying there. I don't remember what the fuck happened, but he's there lying there dying, and the kid, wants to take him some water, and he goes to the river and picks up some water, is walking back and spills the water. Does that a couple of times and then figures out, idea, and drinks some water and then spits it in his dad's mouth.
Okay, because out of context, it's like, what the fuck is going on with this movie? Like, I feel weird for choosing this as the image, but if this shit's in the fucking movie,
Mm-hmm.
so okay, in context, I get it. I thought it was just like, oh, me Chinese, me play joke, me put pee-pee in your Coke. And it was just like a little mischievous kid.
Yeah, there's no real humor in these movies. They're pretty damn serious.
Except when, didn't you say the little kid molested a lady in the last one too?
Yeah, that was weird. That wasn't funny to me. That was just weird.
Inappropriate.
Yes, yeah, you would have laughed. So yeah, in this one,
What are you doing, eating taffy, you fuck? Oh, I just had a starburst.
no, it's a off drop, but it's a weird one. It's got like some Ricola stuff.
Ricola.
And it did. I'm not coughing anymore.
Some fucker earlier said I look like I sleep in a coffin.
Mhm.
And sir, I'll tell you, I hang from the ceiling and sleep.
Tom hates vampires. Jeez. So anyway, in this one, there's some they're just mercenaries. They're sitting around, whatever, blah blah blah. They're like, man, we need to rape some ladies. Some ladies. If some ladies walk by, let's rape them. Sure enough, there's two ladies and some dudes start walking by. They follow them, and three of the mercenaries go. The other mercenary, he's all cool and shit. He doesn't want any part of that. So, sure enough, they knock the dude out. They start raping the ladies, and the guy eventually gets up and goes to fight them, and they have to kill him. And the other mercenary walks up, and they're like, well, shit, well, what are we going to do? He goes and kills the ladies and says, okay, which one of y'all is it going to be? Huh? What are you talking about? We got to kill one of you and blame the murder on this guy and say, we defended or whatever. They do that, and they're thinking, okay, well, shit, we're cleared of any crime or whatever. But, who's on the road? But, lone wolf and cub. He's seen the whole shit. So now they got to deal with him. But, he ain't somebody to fuck with. He kills two of the guys real quick. The other guy says, hey, I recognize who you are. I challenge you to a duel. Lone Wolf says, nah, fuck you. And takes off. And that's it for that, He goes, and they're on a boat. And there's some lady there. And she's been sold into slavery, and she doesn't want to become a prostitute. So Lone Wolf, kills the guy that was taking her, but the madam shows up and she's pissed, and she's got like a whole bunch of dudes, and like, hey, well, you gonna pay for her or what? You can either pay for her or you can take the torture that she would have taken for not wanting to do this. So he does that. They hang him up, spin him around, beat him with sticks and stuff, and then okay, yeah, no what, no big deal. And she says, "Oh, well, come and meet my dad." So they go. And her dad is like an official that's been disgraced, and he wants to kill the guy that disgraced him. That took him out of office. And well, some other guys come and get Lone Wolf and say, "Hey, this official wants to meet you," and it's that guy he's supposed to kill. He wants to hire him too. No go. So now he's got to fight that guy's whole army. And he does, Tom, because this time they got the baby cart tricked out with machine guns. He pulls a little lever. How they got machine guns in feudal Japan, I don't know. It's all kind of stupid. It's a good movie. I enjoyed it, but it's not as good as the other two. The other two were great. This one just, it's all right, I don't know. Lone Wolf and Cub. We'll see where he heads next. Next week.
So when you brought up all those endangered women, I was just like, hey, you know what else I noticed in Big Trouble in Little China? The shit was pretty much all about sex trafficking. Lo Pan was like fucking kidnapping all these green-eyed broads and locking them in cages and shit.
Asians been doing that forever, man. That's their thing.
But I mean, shout out to Mr. C for bringing it to the forefront and putting white American eyes on it so we
Hmm.
could be fucking, opened up to the truth.
Awareness.
Unfortunately, I forgot all about it until you just brought it up right now.
Yeah, crazy.
Fuck. So, Joe, continuing our trip around Asia, how about we go to the exploitation capital, the Philippines?
Mm.
Oh boy. You ever seen this movie called Firecracker?
Yeah, I think I have. I've seen it a while back. Yeah, that's Wes Craven's porno.
What?
Yeah, Wes Craven. He made a pornographic film called Firecracker.
Well, I don't think it was this one because this one had a naked lady in it.
Hmm.
So I would think if he made a porno, it wouldn't have any naked ladies in it there, Joe.
Yeah, you're probably right.
So this movie that I watched called Firecracker, it stars a white karate lady and she travels to the Philippines because her sister never received or replied to a telegram that she sent.
Hmm.
So she goes to the Philippines asking around, and turns out she got caught up with some drug dealing death fighters, Joe, and she ain't with us no mo.
Hmm.
Uh so white guy has white karate man and he's running drugs and this fucking death match fucking thing where oh boy. So he has a club. You know how all these 70s movies have clubs?
Yeah.
But instead of them having like a band on, they have like karate matches, like on a stage, like a concert stage. And I mean, they just fuck each other up for real, like break arms and kick balls out and shit. And then the real hardcore motherfuckers go to a death match where it's just like all the, I don't want to say the elite, but the rich drug motherfuckers and whatever low life scumbags want to bet on this kind of shit. They're just all going and fucking betting on death matches. And then this lady gets involved because she's looking for her sister, and god damn, does this shit get wild, dude. There's like slasher movie style kills in it. Like in the first fucking 2 minutes, this motherfucker gets like Shang Tsung's guard staff through the fucking chest, and this motherfucker like lifts him up off the ground over his head with this fucking staff sticking through him. This bitch gets a snake thrown at her by Gerald Akamura, and she does like a fucking backflip with this rubber snake wrapped around her neck up onto a roof. Like, there is some jaw dropping shit in this fucking movie that I couldn't believe it was going on. Spoiler alert, the last fucking death battle, she fights the guy who she's been fucking who killed her sister and sticks the nunchucks right through this fucking idiot's eyes. And you see that shit. There's a scene. There's her first fight scene. She's in her lingerie, just fighting and flopping all around, kicking guys in the penis. And then one of her last fight scenes, she's just fucking topless, trying for her butt crack not to hang out, just kicking fuckers in the head. This is wild. Like it looked like it would just be a yeah, this is a whatever movie. This is kind of shocking that this is on Tubi because there's some wild shit in there. Not the wildest movie I've ever seen, but I was like, oh god damn. I thought this was just gonna be some whatever bullshit, Tom's Karate movie of the week. But this was pretty good. If you like silly karate bullshit, check this out because I mean this is it. Joe, you would love it. I
Sound-
think yeah, this is right up your alley. This shit was fucking wild. Like everything you would want out of an exploitation movie is pretty much here. I can't remember if like a car flips over and explodes or not, but if it doesn't, there's something else that makes up for it. Just be aware. Everything is just and it's done so much that it kind of makes it funny, but there's a lot of kung fu fighting foley work that is probably overdone, but wild shit. Like I said, I don't want to oversell it because it's not the wildest shit I've ever seen. It's just more than I was expecting. I was pleasantly surprised.
Tom, when I'm sick, I always like to make my a little more miserable by watching a superhero movie.
I'm gonna go get a beer.
Oh, and here's one that Tom recommended to me that he saw in the theater. This is Marvel's The Eternals. Are
I
you
did not see this.
familiar with these characters, Tom?
I mean, yeah, it's not the kind of shit that I read. God bless Jack Kirby and his very squared off, blocky drawing that paved the way for other people to draw these characters. But once we get past Galactus, man, I don't give a fuck about the space cosmic shit at all. Like once we go past Fantastic Four and their villains, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, so as Tom said, these guys were created by Jack Kirby, and Kirby did a lot of creative, good shit. The Eternals were not one of them. This was not good shit. I never read the whole series because it's not good. I read issues here. I wasn't alive when they came out. Maybe I was. I don't know. But picked up a few back issues or whatever. It's not good. Even the art is not up to like the standard he did for the shit for DC, that Fourth World stuff he did. So the fucking geniuses at Disney or whoever fucking Marvel Studios, this is gonna be a perfect movie. It's like 9 characters that we can exploit and make figures out of and get everybody to love, and we'll make them all multiracial, so there can be something for everybody to love. We'll make one of them gay so we can have something for everybody to love.
Not just gay, Joe, but gay and
I don't know. You've seen it, Tom?
ethnic. Wasn't that like the thing?
Yeah, he's a proud gay black man with superpowers. Yeah. So the Eternals, they come to Earth because there's these fucking deviants, these monsters.
I thought the gay black guy was the good guy.
That came from that side of the.
Yeah, but you laugh, so it's cool.
I just had something.
What was it? Gay black guy come?
So these monsters are attacking the caveman. Caveman community,
Neanderthals.
and
Now who's not
the
being
Eternals
PC?
save the day, and they're there to advance humanity. And this opening sequence, it's like 7 minutes, and it's pretty badass. I'm thinking, holy shit, this is going to be a lot better than I thought. And then it's not. It shifts to modern day, and what have the Eternals been doing since then? And it flashes back throughout the movie, and I don't know, the deviants are back and they're stronger and better than ever. And I don't know, they find out that the whole Eternal thing is a lie. They're not advancing humanity. All they're doing is making Earth a big egg for a celestial to be born out of the planet and create new universes or something. And then they're going to have their minds wiped. And so they can go do it again at another planet. It's fucking boring, dude. It's like 2.5 hours. And I don't think I've ever checked the runtime as much as I did with this movie. It took me 3 nights to watch it. It was just dog shit. Typical Marvel stuff. Let's try to throw a little romance in there. So let's try to make them care and feel sorry for this character. Let's tie it in. Let's tie it in. This guy is actually the Black Knight.
African American Knight, you piece of shit.
No. He's about as white as could be. He's British, you see.
Ugh.
And I don't know. I guess they saved the day at the end. Some of them die, and you're supposed to feel bad. You don't give a shit. There's a closing credit scene with Pip the Troll and Star Fox. Nobody gives a fuck about them.
What'd you think about the voice of Pippin?
I already forgot it.
Oh, well, it was your boy Patton.
Oh, your favorite fuck. God
Yeah, from what I read and remember about what I read, this was supposed to be a way to introduce mutants into the MCU. But, I guess nobody gave a good goddamn about this fucking movie, and then they bought Fox and Deadpool did that. So, well, I guess Doctor Strange kind of did with their bullshit, but you haven't seen that. You will whenever you get to it.
I will.
I seen a bootleg clip on YouTube. Because that's what YouTube's good for, looking at bootleg clips.
Of Doctor Strange?
Yeah.
The Eternals.
Doctor Strange.
Went to the theater to see that one.
You did?
You did.
No, I didn't see that. I'm not sitting through a Doctor Strange movie. Go get fucked. Shit, you tripping. I ain't even going to watch that fucking old one where you look like a fucking porno, man.
Yeah, I've seen that one.
Was it pretty good?
I don't know.
Get his cock sucked by a Scarlet Witch or
Scarlet Witch ain't in it. Clea gets no. I don't fucking remember.
Well, I watched this one where Doctor Strange gets his cock sucked by a Scarlet Witch, and then She-Hulk breaks through a wall and gets butt fucked. You see? You ever see that one?
I've seen a YouTube clip.
Yeah, no, it's not on YouTube. You know those memes? Everyone's like, oh, I just downloaded the wrong insert movie. No, that's probably the better one. Yeah, I don't know what those fucking memes are supposed to say, but that movie's probably better. Because bitches suck cock in it, you see. That probably doesn't happen in the regular movie.
No.
Yeah. Back in my day, Wes Craven made this movie called...
Yay, and now Tom's off of the show. I don't know what he did, folks. He's got that super good internet working. And, well, maybe he didn't pay the bill. Times are tough. So go to dwmproductions.net, order a mask or something. Help him pay that bill. Because, fuck, I wish he was here. Because, the throat and everything. I can't really talk a whole long time. But I'm just trying to fill space until Tom comes back. Fuck. Yeah, I can't do this. He's got Elon's internet. Old Roop says. Well, shit. I guess I'll talk about the next movie I watched, which was Furiosa. And this is one I would have gone to see in the theaters. I don't know why I didn't. I love the Mad Max shit. Didn't go see it. The opportunity never arose, or the timing wasn't right. And then by the time I was going to go see it, I guess I just lost enthusiasm for it. I just said, fuck it. Oh, fuck. Fuck. Oh. So yeah, this one is a prequel to what was it? Fury Road. And I don't know, since all that time elapsed, I heard a lot of bad shit about it. Yeah, it wasn't good or whatever. Fuck those people. This shit was really good. Like most of the Mad Max movies, it starts out right away with the action. The action just fucking it fucking comes in and it doesn't stop. The music keeps it pumping and rolling, and what it is the prequel or the backstory to Furiosa. She's a little girl. She's living in this little oasis in the middle of the apocalyptic future of Australia, and she gets abducted, and she's taken off and thrown in with this group, which is Chris Hemsworth. What the hell's his name? Dementis. And Chris Hemsworth, he's badass in this. He's funny as shit. His character is great. And if you've seen Fury Road, he's like another faction that's fighting against Immortan Joe. So you see those dudes again. And she eventually escapes from Dementis and hangs out with Immortan Joe a while. And you see how she learned how to do everything, how to drive, how to shoot, how to do all that shit. And it's fucking exciting. It's a good flick. I don't know where Tom went. But anyway, I guess I'm going to wrap this shit up because I can't keep talking. So Spider-Mans. Old Spider-Mans. In Marvel Team Up, Paladin was in there. And if you don't know who Paladin is, it's because he sucks. He's a shitty character. He's just a mercenary. David Michelin, it's one of his characters, and he brought him back for one issue when McFarlane was doing the art on his run. In Peter Parker's Spectacular Spider-Mans, old Will-O-the-Wisp is back, but not himself. It's just like material fucking energy form, and he's looking for a body. He's trying to find his body back, and he gets his body back at the end of it. And then in Amazing Spider-Man's, he breaks into prison because he's trying to find out how it is that so many people are breaking out of prison. All his enemies keep on getting out. And it turns out the warden is being blackmailed and having to let people out. Not really a big explanation of how it's going on or what's going on, but there's Tom, and that was Spider-Man's Amazing Spider-Man's for you.
When did I get cut off and all that fucking She-Hulk butt fucking stuff?
Yeah, I think they shut you down.
Yeah, it was going on for a while. Like, hey, people in the chat, can you hear me? Joe froze up, so I guess it was just fucked on my end.
Yeah, rest in peace, China.
Thoughts and prayers. But let me ask you this there, Joe. You ever see the hit motion picture Dark Angel, aka I Come in Peace, with Dolphin Lundgren?
Yeah, when I saw it, it was I Come in Peace. So I haven't seen this Dark Angel cut or whatever it is.
Yeah, I don't know who the fucking Dark Angel is supposed to be. Pretty much old Dolphin is a Houston cop, and it's Christmas time. His partner's undercover. He's outside listening on a wire, and across the street, a liquor store is getting robbed, and he says, "No, I guess I gotta go save these guys." And he wasn't doing his he was doing his job, but he wasn't doing the job he was assigned to do. So his partner fucking died. They were trying to fucking take down a drug guy, but it turns out the fucking son of a bitch who was fucking with the liquor store was like a cum-filled alien who shoots CDs around, and I don't know. This fucking alien goes around shooting people up with fucking cum and then sucks their fucking brains out because it makes some kind of drug that he's going to take back to his home planet. And there's another cum filled alien that comes down to try and stop him. And dolphins just running around trying to stop everybody. It was a movie. It was a very middle of the road. Yeah, it was a movie, I guess. I don't know why, like, they fucking make these people full of, like, white goo and shit. Nobody's gonna think anything but cum. Make them have purple blood. Make them have orange blood. Make the blood glitter or something. Don't do it fucking white goopy shit. No matter what, everybody's, oh, they're full of cum. Just like Aliens with Lance Henriksen and those fucking cyborgs, or oh, they're just cum filled fucks. You can't tell me, oh, it's this. It's no. Sorry, it's they're all filled with cum. So it was whatever. Scrooston strong, I guess. But you talked about fucking PP getting locked up and all that.
Huh?
Peter Parker.
Yeah. Well, no, I mean, yeah, he got locked up. I think there's been like 4 issues of Spider-Man's that I've read where I guess fucking Matthew Murdock's the only attorney in fucking New York because he's in all of them. But I don't know. It was another worthless issue. Felt like a fill-in issue, but it wasn't.
It's world building.
Mm-hmm.
Let me make sure I don't have anything else here, Joe. Yeah, I think you got another movie there, don't you?
I just talked about Furiosa while you were out.
Ah, shit.
Yeah.
Well, Joe,
Because I was choking and fucking everything.
I like how you said, oh, it sucks that they're probably not going to see another one because this flopped.
It did. It flopped, and I don't know why. It was good. You know,
Because you didn't go to the theater to see it, Joe. That's why.
true.
That's why. If they make another one, it'll be straight to streaming and not as much money will be
Well,
put
you
into it.
the thing with movies is they make their money on home video.
Fuck.
Not anymore.
Well, now it's switched to the home video market, aka the at-home streaming market.
Mm.
So,
I don't know how much money they get off of that. You know, they just fucking auction it off, and then it's like, all right, you get a penny for every view. You know, I don't know.
I mean, the indie guys, like who put their movies on Prime and Tubi and shit, they get cents for every hour that it's watched. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like in the I think last time I checked on Amazon Prime, like if I were to upload fucking Anaconda, it would be like 6 cents an hour. So every hour that somebody watched the shit, it would be 6 cents. Hoo-hoo.
Mm.
And I see dead snakes. So now it's just like, oh, it makes sense why people don't spend any time or effort and just shoot something in their backyard and slop it out, because why give a fuck?
Yeah.
So, boy, Joe, when I was a fat little boy and I went to the video store, there was one videotape, actually two. Oh, it froze up again. God damn it.
Good.
Hey, Joe, am I here?
Good. Yeah.
All right, great, terrific. So, Munchie, the hit motion picture. This is one of the first movies I can remember watching and specifically going to the store to rent. However, upon rewatching it this time, maybe it was Munchie Strikes Back that I remember, but
Or the Munchies.
no. I got two right here. Like that artwork, the Munchie artwork, I remember that like a motherfucker. But Munchies, let's just okay. So Munchies came out first, and it is a straight up Gremlins ripoff. Have you ever seen it?
I have not.
It's just a low budget Gremlins ripoff. Instead of being Chinese or whatever, I think they're Aztec or some kind of Mexican. You electrocute them and they turn to stone, if I remember.
Was that a Wynorski film too?
I got this lit like fucking idiotic bullshit. I can't tell, but maybe.
All right.
Probably not, maybe. Maybe. Munchie, the movie that we're talking about now, it was marketed as a sequel, but it ain't. This ain't like the good Munchie that got away and grew up or anything. This is just another separate movie called Munchie. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. Why would they do that shit? I don't know. Why would you do this to me? So Jim Wynorski, softcore porno director, he man, this is something. Like seeing this cast and growing up how I did, this makes a lot of sense. The fucking tall man's in this. Gabe Bartalis, the dude that did fucking Brain Damage and Leprechaun, he made Munchie, and it's just like this was like the perfect thing for me to see because this is I still like these people's shit now, but it's just crazy. And then you got fucking America's Rose, Monique Gabrielle in it. It's like, what the fuck is going on here, people? But this is a very 90s fucking thing. It's a very stereotypical 90s kids movie. New kid in town. No one likes him at school. He has all these daydreams he does, like a cart, like it's like live action Doug almost. Where fucking Doug, it would cut to him having like these off the wall daydreams of like ridiculous shit happening in his life, and then you'd cut back to reality. And that's damn, Roger, you're a real piece of shit. You green haired orange or green skinned orange haired fuck. So yeah, it's that he's fucking around somewhere and finds a treasure chest with an Egyptian midget in it, voiced by Dom DeLuise. And all week, Joe, I've been trying to do a Dom DeLuise impression. And before I do mine, I want to hear yours.
No, because fuck Dom DeLuise. That dude sucks, man. Like, I don't know who he was fucking or sucking.
Burt Reynolds.
Yeah, well, yeah, he was Burt Reynolds' buddy for sure. But he was in a lot of shit. Like he was like the fat funny man of the fucking late 70s, early 80s. And I just thought he sucked, man. It's just fucking awful.
Do you know the last thing he was in?
Fatso? He was in a movie called Fatso.
But the last thing that he was in.
Cannonball Run 2. I don't know.
A diabetic coma.
Hmm.
Thoughts and prayers.
That's all right.
Okay. So
I mean,
This little kid finds an animatronic puppet, and it makes all his dreams come true. Or does it? And at what price? I mean, it's kind of a messy house, really, but then he gets to fuck his stepsister, like in all those movies that are better than the movies you're posting about.
So here's the thing with this, it's like I didn't see Munchie as really fucking anything up. He really was trying to help the dude.
But I mean, from a kid's perspective, it's just like, oh, they got mud on the carpet.
He had him fucking bring pizza. You had that. He never rides the pizza either. The pizza flies to the house and shit.
Yeah, that's true. He magically teleports a fucking pizza from Wapio's fine dining establishment. And that's a cool shot. They hooked like some kind of spinner or lazy Susan up to the front of the camera. And, there was a pizza spinning as it was going around whatever fucking town, LA or Van Nuys or whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
And we got to see the origin of the Hatchet Man, that fat Italian running down the street with a meat cleaver. Coming back with my pizza. Fat wop bitch. And hey, we're watching this because of George the Buck Flower. He was in it for 3 seconds playing a hobo.
Yeah, you mentioned what's her name? Monique Gabrielle. And she was Emmanuelle for a little while in the After Dark movies that they would do on Cinemax or HBO or whatever. And it'd been a long time since I'd gotten a look at her, and she's not very attractive. She's an odd looking woman. But
she likes to act with her eyes.
It's cool that Wynorski brought in some of these bimbos, that so they could like maybe get noticed in a not fucking topless movie scene or whatever. But who the fuck watched this? Tom?
I did.
Yeah. This was
And then I watched it fucking 30 some years later. I was like, oh, god damn, it's a tall man with a mustache. That's crazy. You remember that time the tall man had a mustache?
I do.
That was crazy, huh?
I don't know. I mean, this is just an odd movie, It's didn't really have a lot of appeal. And you said you rented it again and again and again, huh?
Yeah, this was what was called my shit back in the day, Joe. Like this was one of the first movies I can remember from the video store. It was this and Beware Children at Play, because they had that yellow sign logo with the kids chasing the lady with the knife or whatever, and they had a bunch of promo for that at the old video store. But yeah, Munchie was my go-to.
So how'd you like the way the voice lined up with the animatronic mouth?
Well, I mean, as a kid, I probably thought it was fucking awesome. And as an adult, I thought it was fucking awesome because it didn't.
No, I thought it was cool that they got a midget to do the hands.
But they got this fucking bobbly head fucking.
So that was cool. Some midget got some work. And like not a lot of people know, because not like people don't want to stare and everything, but there's like I'd say about 40% of the midgets out there only have 4 fingers. So this was like a real dude's hands that were doing shit. No, for real. Look at some pictures of some midgets. You'll fucking some of them have 5, but a lot of them only have 4.
Can you hold up your hands? Oh, so you're one of the few. Nice. You got lucky there, Joe. But yeah, I like this shit more than I should have, and I don't think nostalgia has anything to do with it, because I forgot a lot even since I bought this, whenever the fuck that was. I obviously watched it when I got it, but I was like you said, I was like, this is a weird fucking movie. What the fuck is going on here? And Jennifer Love Hewitt's in it. This
Love.
is like, yeah, this is her first role, and she's just credited as Love Hewitt, which is weird.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, maybe I'll put it on for my grandson and see if he reacts to it, because it is made for kids. It's supposed to be a kid movie. And I think Wynorski was like trying to get some legitimacy and like maybe go on and do more shit like this, but he fell back into doing what he does best, I think. It's just having chicks take their clothes off. But yeah, I don't know. I'd like to see a kid's reaction to it. Because I didn't see it as a kid and you dug it, and you know, I had an odd sense of humor too as a kid, so we'll see. I don't know.
Yeah, it's wild, and it's definitely worth checking out as adult if you like weird shit, because there's weird shit in it. And if you're like a genre movie fan, or you like the so bad it's good shit, there's gonna be stuff in it, and you're gonna say, "Hey, I know that fucking guy. I know that lady. What the fuck's going on here?" But yeah, it's worth checking out for sure. And I'll watch the sequel, or revisit the sequel this week and see what's up. I know Angus Scrim's in it again and plays God, so we'll see how that goes. But
How'd you like his sweet denim jacket he was wearing?
I mean, it was nice.
Hmm?
Like all week, I've been thinking, God damn it, am I gonna make a Munchie mask to go for Munchie as Halloween, or am I just gonna say fuck it and make a full size prop? I
And it's
don't know.
but I've been thinking, yeah, damn it, am I gonna make a Munchie shirt with him just writing the pizza, no wording? I probably will.
Fuck yeah. Put me down for a 3X
All right.
and probably a hoodie for the winter. But yeah, check this one out, and yeah, it's fucking worth a watch because it's some weird shit. And every time like I do a shitty joke, it's going to be my new gimmick on Facebook. It's going to be a shitty joke, and I'm just going to post a picture of Munchie with it. And it's all going to be great. But Joe, next week, well, that was our fucking loving tribute to George the Buck Flower.
At the beginning of this movie, there's a guy that I guess had Munchie with him, and he's driving to go throw Munchie somewhere, but he passes a sign that says mile 8. And of course, it got me thinking of a movie I've never seen
Shit.
called 8 Mile. And have you seen this movie, Tom?
No, I'm straight.
Okay, because I was telling Lisa, and she's seen it, of course, because I think every white person has seen 8 Mile, and I'm sure you've seen it, Tom. I'm sure you've fucking seen it.
No, I'm a real juggalo. I ain't down with that M&M shit. And even if I wasn't, that motherfucker mixes the noodles and the sauce together. Go jump in a fucking lake. Your mom's spaghetti sucks my dick.
You've seen it.
Mm-hmm. Fucking prick. But yeah, if you want to see Monique Gabrielle suck a cock for real, it's out there.
Yeah.
So enjoy. It's in the hit motion picture, Munchie. Jim Wynorski, I tell you what.
So next week is back to the Van Damme-a-thon.
That's right, Joe. However, after that, do you have something picked out?
I will.
Fuck. I always hate waiting. I'm so excited to hear what you're gonna pick, and then I'm always let down.
Yeah.
But excuse me. JCVD did just drop a new movie this year, and I think it is a streaming, so we got that. And I might have to watch some more of his stretching videos because I think I watched everything else.
Yeah, so hopefully next week I will be back to 100% and be able to fucking talk properly. Hopefully, Tom will get his internet issues straightened out. And yeah.
Oh, I forgot we're done and we don't have a top 5 list or anything. God damn, Joe. Well, that's pretty good then. All right. Well, you got anything else to go? I guess I can give some shout outs to the people in the chat. Shout out to Jake. Shout out to Rube. Shout out to JR. Looks like the same 3 people as I'm scrolling up.
Thought there was somebody else at the beginning.
Shout out to Paul Peters, aka Paul Peckers. Yep. Those four fucking people. Thanks, guys. Fucking pricks. Kyle couldn't even show up, son of a bitch. Happy birthday, Kyle. I'm pretty sure it was your birthday today or yesterday. Can't remember which one, but all the best. I hope you're having a long December. But Joe, fastcustomshirts.com, hundreds and hundreds of t-shirt designs, all reasonably priced. Oh, and then Cheech just showed up. Cheech is here too. God bless you. Fastcustomshirts.com, hundreds and hundreds of t-shirt designs, all reasonably priced. DWNproductions.net, dozens and dozens of masks, all reasonably priced. Custom work at both those things. And everybody, go watch Munchie. And Super Nintendo, you're here too. Okay, boy, God.